Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to Talking Shit with your boy, the Manic Genius and the
Yo.
Sophisticated Jerk. So today, man, we got a pretty good clip, by again, Desirable Truth, and he did a gold digger expose. So let me go ahead, cue this up, and we're gonna go in, man. You ready, Manic?
I'm always ready.
All right, man. You've been going a little hard in the paint lately, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna tone it down a little bit. Just kidding.
Toxic genius. That's what I'm gonna start calling you in a minute. The toxic genius. All right, I'll go ahead and play this.
Who you're gonna take seriously?
Money.
This.
Yeah,
That's all you look for.
In a clean booty hole. Money in a clean booty hole.
Loyalty come first.
What's this booty hole after?
And what's this? Yeah, the video really like what? What's this beauty?
To do with anything?
That's what she likes.
You like eating ass?
She eat ass.
Real bad.
I got a girlfriend, so I don't know about eating.
Why does her friends know this? Like, oh yeah, she does this.
Yeah, they know she Ratchet, man. That's what I'm saying. They ain't even try to hide it. They're like, yeah, she that's Yolanda. She ain't shit. But let me go ahead and keep playing.
What was your first time doing that like?
It was a little rich, tough, but I did it.
And when it comes down to the money, why does your man have to?
Why she described that like, man, she a food critic. Like
I
she
know,
just,
right?
she ate some calamari and shit.
She said rich, tough. That's disgusting.
Yeah. All right, I got some questions for you as soon as we're done with this first segment. There's like two parts, but let me continue playing.
Anything to do with the the eating of the.
Because I get it.
So how much you make then?
That's none of your business. I'm a nurse, and it's none of your business.
So how much you want your man to make as a nurse?
He ain't gonna be no nurse. I don't want my man to be no nurse.
But you're the nurse. So how much do you want your man to make?
He needs to be in the streets.
Stay down till we come up.
You want a hood guy while you're in the medical field?
I want a good guy, bad guy, whatever brings the money and make me richer. That's what it is.
Name 5 things that you have to offer a man.
Nothing, and nothing.
You ate with that one. Oh, she just kidding.
Thank you, best friend. Nothing.
You're not serious though.
I am serious.
So why would a man even want to look your way if you can't add value to his life?
Great question.
Well, no, if you got the bag down.
Right. Thank you.
You ain't trying to spend the money down.
So let's say the man has the bag and he wants to spend the money. What does he get back?
Why do it always got? I feel like you said you want pussy like that. I feel like that's what you're talking about. Why do it have to always be about dick and pussy?
Right, like ask some more question. Like, what's my favorite color?
He just asked me.
Right.
Nigga,
Yeah, let's get to know each
what
other. Why do it
color
gotta
is
be about
my
pussy?
motherfucking real hair?
Well, we don't keep it shallow over here. We talk about real stuff.
Let's see. Let me read this.
There was a lot.
So what's your take on that that clip, that segment that I showed you?
I mean, I don't really have too much to say about it. They kind of say it in themselves, like, you got to avoid women like this, like altogether. I mean, there's just nothing good that, the one that was first talking, all she talked about was money and clean butt, because the sexual thing. So she took it sexual first. She said money and sex, like, she took it to, I mean, it's sad that's all that women like this see from a guy. But it's just reality. There's women out here that exist like this. They just operate from a stance of, if you ain't got no money, don't even look this way. Like, I mean, everybody has their standards. Everybody has, what they're into. And she also said that she don't want a dude that works. She wants a dude that's in the streets. So, we all know those type of dudes.
So based on what she said, like she wants a guy in the streets. What would be the first thought that like come to your head about this prototype of female, this type of chick?
Honestly, I mean, she knows where she operates. She operates from a standpoint of like she wants somebody that's going to have fast money because people who make fast money also spend fast money. So you know, I mean, I wouldn't even look twice at a woman like this. So this would be so far. Honestly, by the way they were dressed, it would have been I wouldn't even had to have a conversation with them. They wouldn't even have to open up their mouth for me to be like, nah.
So you just would have kind of spotted them, and they wouldn't even been in your purview. You would have been like, just like
Yeah.
slide by,
Yeah, the fake hair, the oversized lashes, the oversized fake hair, the crazy long nails, the tattoos everywhere. Yeah, that's not.
So one last question before I jump in my breakdown, because I think I like what you said about kind of how she brought up this sex first. You know what I'm saying? And I like how they kind of gave him some pushback on like, oh, why are you bringing up sex? It's like, nah, you kind of brought up sex. But do you think she's kind of like when she mentioned the drug dealer, do you think like subconsciously, man, she think that's she knows like, hey, I belong in this like realm or range of guys that's like kind of aligned with I would say the bottom somewhat.
Yeah, for sure. She definitely understands who her market target audience is. She knows what type of guys she attracts, and she's fully accepting of that. Like, I'm in this environment. You can tell by how I talk, how I address things. So even though I've made it to a semi-professional or a professional environment, I want something that feels more comfortable for me. And
so you saying comfort zone? That's where she's comfortable at.
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, she can talk how she wants to talk, but in a professional setting, she's going to be limited in her growth potential. Like nobody's going to be, hey girl, I know you're a nurse and you've been doing nursing for so long. Here's this executive program that I think you'd be a good fit for. Like people are going to keep her exactly where she is, and she might not even be a nurse. She might be a CNA.
Yeah,
seriously. Like
that's a good point. Yeah,
I ran into women who I'm a nurse, and then you find out no, you're a CNA. Like
med tech or some shit.
Yeah. And not to shit on CNAs or med techs. It's just a matter of like there's levels to this shit. Like and I don't know the whole health field, so.
No, it makes sense because, like you said, you're pretty polished because you're working with like you coming across doctors and physicians and stuff. So, like you said, you have to. It's definitely a professional environment. It's some of the people that some of the highest degrees. So it's just like, man, yeah, you got to operate a certain way.
Yeah, there's like I know there's like a LPN, there's like a RN, and there's like and then they're like I don't know which one's higher than which. But I know a CNA.
Well, it's like CNA, LPN, and RN.
Oh, okay.
And then you have like nurse practitioners, nurse anesthesiologists, and that. So yeah,
and then doctor, like
yeah.
So there's levels to it, and like if you hit the base level, you could technically claim you. I mean, you can't really technically, but like to people who don't know any better, you could be like, I'm a nurse, and I've heard people like, oh, you're a nurse, and then they explain like, oh no, you're a CNA. So the difference is, for anybody like me who doesn't really understand the health field like that. I think you can be a CNA in a matter of months. So versus like a RN, that takes like schooling and even an LPN. I think that takes.
Yeah, those are school programs. And they're pretty thorough.
Yeah.
But no, that's a good assessment. And since we hit on enough, so I want to start the other portion. But before we do, I like what you said, man. You operate in a certain way, and it's like, man, you know how to spot certain females. So it's like, man, you wouldn't see them out and about. You would have just walked on by. But I like how he's like approaching them and he's talking to him. So it's like first, like we said, they initiated the sex conversation. Then when he was asking them like what they kind of bring to the table, this shouldn't be a hard question to answer if you got substance, man or female. Like I see a lot of times people get mad at the question, but it's just like, you should be able to blurt that shit off like in a matter of minutes if you actually have some substance. Like, oh man, I bring this, I'm intelligent. I know how to, I'm good at finances. I do this. Like this stuff shouldn't be hard. So, when they're sitting there giving them pushback, that's a good indicator that, that person lacks substance, and they try to flip it on them like, oh, well, why are you bringing up? Why does it always come to sex and stuff? Noticing, and they didn't realize they brought it up first.
Yeah.
With her friend talk about booty holes and stuff. So yeah, people like that, like you said, they're trying to run game, and they're just like typical like low level chicks that they want you to bring a bunch of shit to the table, but they ain't gonna bring nothing. And they reduce themselves to like a sexual position, which is sad because a lot of times people are like, hey man, y'all sexualize this, but this is like this dude just put a mic in y'all face and y'all blurted out with the sexual stuff. So it's just like, they only see themselves in that like that's their only value or talent and stuff like that. So yeah, I caught that when they was like talking. I'm like, damn, yeah, he's giving you an opportunity to like market yourself, and you feeling like a motherfucker. Talk about booty holes and shit, and I just want some money. So yeah. It's just like branding, man. Like, what they say, an elevator pitch, somebody come to you, is like, man, you should be able to have that shit like a response of like your capabilities, your attributes, your characteristics. They just got upset. So yeah, man, that's a what they call it, a red flag. If you ask them a question like that and they struggle with it and start getting upset, man, just even if you're out on a date with them, man, ask for the tab, be like, hey, go on, give me that and get up out of there. But all right, let me go ahead and start this video again. Hopefully it ain't buffering no more.
Cameras so they see what they're working with. Yeah, just walk up to the camera and come back around.
Got a waist trainer on.
Okay.
All right, we see what we're working with. All right.
I have like a waist trainer on and a board to keep my body right. It's like $1 million body. Period. I'm that big.
More
So
like
you think a man who's making $1 million is going to look at you and go, I want her to be my wife?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't got nothing to do with it. But I fuck with millionaires, rich men.
Why'd your last relationship end?
Because I was a stripper. I am a stripper, and I ain't gonna stop till I get ready.
So your man wanted you to stop stripping for him.
Right.
Did you know this before you made it official?
He met me in a strip club.
But don't you think it's fair for you to sacrifice some things, if you want to commit to a man?
I don't think so, because if he can't pay all my bills and take care of what else I got going on, and then no.
But would you want him to pay for all your bills before you marry him?
I didn't marry him.
Well, how are you going to get to that point if you're not going to show the sacrifice?
I believe in a 50-50.
That's what the Lord said.
What does the Lord say?
God said,
Oh, wow.
a man is the provider.
And a woman is a stripper.
No.
Oh, wow.
No, you're doing too much now. God, please forgive me for being a stripper, but if you're not providing, I'm going to provide for myself. And God, please forgive me. But nigga, if you ain't paying, it's over with. You ain't getting what you want to get. I know how to, can I say what I want to say?
Yeah.
I know how to, one thing about it, two things for sure. I suck a good dick, eat good booty hole. I know how to cook a little bit, about this much.
Right, what the fuck, man? Chill out.
So why wouldn't you?
Chill the fuck out.
So
Yeah.
I feel bad for her, honestly. She's definitely drunk. So yeah, I mean, I kind of picked up on it from the first clip, but the second clip is like, oh, okay, so she's just talking freely, and she's, again, like you said, she only sees her value as, doing sexual acts.
Yeah. Well, there went that whole RN shit. Definitely ain't in the medical field.
Yeah.
She might put on a costume when she hit that stage, but yeah, she
definitely not.
She null avoid that whole sit. So yeah, definitely ain't
she
no
might
RN.
be a CNA like the daytime, and then nighttime she's a stripper, but she definitely not a nurse. She definitely didn't go to school for no 4 years and get a degree or anything like that. I'm not saying that women can't do that, but if she was that hardworking to where got that degree and then decided to still strip to make more money, she wouldn't be out here on the streets just getting drunk and tore up and stuff like that.
So let me ask you something, man. What do you think is the likelihood that she's gonna find a guy to swoop in and like pick that up down the line? Do you a provider type guy?
Oh my gosh. I would say damn near zero, because for one, I don't see her being in any professional environment, where she wouldn't stand out like a like a red blade of grass in a green field. Like, so she'd stick out really in a lot of social circles, especially like the ones where there's millionaires and whatnot. But I mean, there are dudes who are out here, with some money who will pay for it. Like, she clearly is a stripper, so she's making money doing that. And she said her last boyfriend was, met her at the strip club. So that's a dude who's spending off his bread, spending more time with her, paying for, her time. So she's normalizing attention with money and correlating the two. So I think her whole mindset is warped, and she definitely would have to go. Like, I'm not like a big fan of like saying people need therapy, but like, she would need therapy to just get to like an average woman. Yeah, I'm not even talking about marriage, just to be just like on some average shit. Like, she would need some deep therapy to just be a normal person, like a normal woman. Like, she's far gone.
Okay. One last question. So when she says she got the body of like $1 million, do you agree with that, or if you had to put a dollar value to that, what would you? I said $9.99.
I'm not gonna put a dollar value to it. I think it would probably be so disrespectful. I don't even want to put that type of energy in the air.
Okay,
but I will say, that waist trainer that she had was was on her really tight, like holding a lot of things in. And I mean, there's guys that would look at her and be like, "Oh my God, that's a great body," but I mean, I'm not a fan of body types like that, And then, if you have a body like that, just the way she's dressed and, showcasing everything, is like, that's just a major turn off for me. I like a little bit of mystery, especially with my woman, out here. So yeah, that's a red flag. I wouldn't even talk to those women.
Yeah.
Like, she seemed like she had good energy though. So I mean, if I was walking by and and she said something to me, I'd be like, "Oh, okay, I see you looking good," and stuff like that. I would keep it moving.
You said looking good.
No, I would be nice. What I'm saying, I would lie to her, and I don't condone lying, but sometimes you just gotta.
You got bad eyes, B.
Nah, but it's just like, you just gotta sometimes say that stuff and just keep it pushing.
Oh, okay, okay, all right.
Yeah, because if I ignore, then it could, it's kind of like those guys. What's it called? Catcalling, where you kind of just got to be like, "Okay, thank you," and then you just keep it moving. So you don't get like, "Oh, you want to ignore me?" and and get the guys going crazy. Like,
oh, so you don't want no aggression. You said, "Look, okay, I got you.
Yeah, that's a chick. I see you.
Like, look, I gotta play this safe.
I see you looking. I was like, "Yeah, you look great," and I keep it moving.
So you in fear and shit.
I'm in fear. I'm in complete fear.
But I did want to touch on a point, man, where she mentioned the provider stuff. And this is why, man, we always tell guys, like, man, be careful with that provider shit. Because, man, like, even the lowest of society is catching on to that stuff. And like, I want a provider male. And man, you don't deserve that, man, by the situations you put yourself in, man. Like, there's actually good women that carry themselves the right way. And it's like, man, men are going to go gravitate to that. Well, they should, so that's what I'm saying. Like, this is where guys get it mixed up, where they're like, oh, this provider stuff, that stuff needs to be earned, man. Like, you don't just offer that stuff up to everybody. And that's why like me and you always give a lot of pushback, because it's like anybody's latching on to the term and stuff. And it's just like, man, if you're moving intentional, like you said, this lady ain't even gonna come on the radar, but she still like talk about somebody need to pay my bills. Like, just the position she kind of put herself out and how she's talking. And, she's openly doing this on a video talking about like I eat booty holes, man. Just imagine you the dude that like even get with her, man, and she wants to like, hey, let me get a taste of your drink. And she out here eating ass like that, like, man, that's why you gotta be cautious out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm advocating for people if like that's what's in the world and stuff. Yeah, get passports, man. Like I'm all for it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. There's so much like, and I'm not a huge advocate of, I don't even know what to call it, but I'm not an advocate of like, people going to different environments, especially foreign countries that are like impoverished and taking advantage of anybody. But, if you're actually looking for somebody to like, accept that, I guess, provider role where you're the provider and you're just financially covering everything, then yeah, I would say, go overseas, because at least you're not dealing with women, like this. This is like, and I don't feel like she represents most women, because I mean, I honestly don't come across women like that.
Yeah, that's facts.
But you got to call a spade, a duck a duck. And, honestly, women like that, I wouldn't even touch with a 10-foot pole, because it's just like, there's nothing you can do with that, other than like what they, consider themselves their only value, sex. And if you got to stoop that low to get sex, maybe you're not the person, you think you are.
Oh yeah, nah, you got issues. You come in contact with that and you align with that. Yeah, your pool of options is non-existent. Yeah, you gotta figure some stuff out, But no, man,
I wouldn't even want that transfer of energy. Like, I can't.
Yeah, nah, just like you said, that's the type of chick you bring in. There's problems coming in with that type of mindset, man. And
yeah,
not to mention what's going out in society, but she's clearly like, by the way she's talking, by her own admission, it's just like, man, she's for the streets and stuff. So it's like, man, you play around with that, man. You be careful what comes with that type of behavior, because she's saying this shit openly, like no shame, like. So yeah, I was like, But nah, man, we'll go ahead and close this one out. Yeah, I just wanted to like review this one. I thought that was a pretty funny piece, man. She was definitely out in the open. So like you said, she definitely has that energy. Like, you put a camera in front of her face, she gonna expose it all. So it must have been that liquor, like you said.
Yeah.
But all right, peace, y'all.
Yeah.